I mean, you've seen him on the ice. He's a skillful player, but he's I don't know if the emotional is the right word. I mean, he wants to win so bad, and sometimes he maybe gets too hot-headed. If that's the right word, but he cares a lot and just wants to win.
The Vancouver Canucks have been going through it this year, and these guys are the culprits. So what's going on with these two? Will any of them be traded? And Canucks fans, what do you want to see happen? All of that will be discussed in today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a Canucks fan, I haven't really done a Canucks video, I guess, since last year's playoff, but if you are a Canucks fan, thanks for clicking on this video. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm looking to do a little bit more. Maybe I'll do some more Canucks videos, but this has been something I've wanted to talk about because it still is pretty relevant, and a lot of people are discussing this, and I was like, might as well hop on the train. But this is huge. This is actually huge, and it's worth mentioning and discussing. So I am curious, guys. Leave a like, drop a comment down below as I do react or like every single comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe. It's the best way to show your support. So with that out of the way, let's hop into this video. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. It's kind of been, I mean, it's been a focal point for the Canucks, I'd like to think, all season long. JT Miller and Elias Petterson, is there beef? Is there not beef? JT Miller, he leaves for personal reasons. This is interesting, and I have some thoughts on it, and I know a little bit of insight, but nothing too crazy, but I do want to share what I know. So, Is there beef? Is there legit beef? Yes, there is. I can confirm. I am confirming that there is beef. Why do I know this? Well, if you don't know, I work for a radio station here in Edmonton, and we have Darren Dreger and Ryan Rishaug, all the hockey bigs. We had Chris Johnson on yesterday, and we kind of asked all of them like what the situation is, what's going to happen. And Darren Dreger, he broke it last week on our show, and he said, you know, if you think it's bad, just maybe think it's even worse than what you think. Like, essentially he said, it's worse than what you think it is. So there is beef there, and something is going to happen. It's just a matter of what. And I pose the question to you, Canucks fans. Would you like to see JT Miller get traded? Would you like to see Elias Pettersson get traded? And I kind of see both sides, and it really depends on, if you're a team, which kind of player do you want? Do you want the player with maybe more, a lot more runway with him? And Elias Pettersson, he is quite a bit younger, but he does have a higher contract, and he is a skilled player, but we've seen he's just, I don't know, when Elias Pettersson came into the league, I remember my one buddy asked me, he's like, would you do an Elias Pettersson trade for Leon Draisaitl? And I was like, oh yeah. This was like 4 years ago maybe. I was like, yeah, absolutely, like without a doubt. I think that would age tremendously well. And I remember I've just been thinking about that a lot, and especially in last year's playoffs, Elias Pettersson, he was irrelevant, and to start the season, like, he's been okay, but like when Pettersson was a rookie, he was doing moves that I hadn't seen, you know, many rookies do. Like, he looked so confident with the puck. And I think that's it right now. He's just not confident at all. So who's to blame? What's to blame? JT, where are you, JT? Yeah, I mean, that might have a little bit to do with it. I think he's probably annoyed. I feel like if he does something, if he messes up, he's got JT Miller just yelling at him in the locker room, which you're supposed to, I get it, you're the competitiveness, and that's why I like, let's switch gears to JT Miller now. He's a great player, man. Like, he actually did show up in last year's playoffs. He's a stud. Man, he's just a rare breed in today's hockey where he can do it all, really, and he's just a pain in the ass to play against, and that's really not the case for Elias Pettersson. He's a little bit more of a softie. So which way do you go? Which player do you take? And I honestly think, and this is just my opinion, I think the Canucks are going to go with Pettersson. I feel like they locked him up long-term for that reason, and it's just like more so, if you trade Elias Pettersson and these issues don't change, the locker room, you know, talks that is being discussed throughout the hockey world right now, it's like, okay, well, it was JT Miller, so now what? So then I'll let you go and trade JT Miller, and then now you're out Elias Pettersson, right? So you have to, unfortunately, I think that's the play. You have to get rid of JT Miller, and you've heard this a few. This isn't the first time that it's been brought up. He's not really the best in the locker room, and it really really just comes down to the player that he is and just how competitive he is. He's very competitive, and you can see it. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Is that the saying? But I think that might be the route they take. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, is there beef? Yes, there is beef. And what's the scenario? What ends up happening? That part I don't know. I just like to think, if you're a Canucks fan, do you go with the guy with more runway, but pretty skilled and just a lot younger, or the guy that, he could be a captain? I'm not going to lie. He could be a captain. He's captain material on most teams, but I just feel like he's too emotional at times, and you see that with some players, and I feel like he kind of fits into that category fairly well. And that's just the thing. It's affecting the Vancouver Canucks play. This beef, whether they try to dismiss it or not. I know Quinn Hughes saying, "Oh no, there's really nothing. We're good." But I mean, I don't believe that at all. And it's clearly evident now that there is beef, and so it's starting to affect these players. It's starting to affect the play on the ice. You look at where they are this year compared to where they were last year. There is, they are not doing as good as they were last season. So is this the biggest reason why that is? Because JT Miller and Elias Pettersson have beef, and it's a trickle-down effect. We've had Luke Gazdic on our show as well, and he brought up some interesting points. And as an outsider, you kind of just think that the room, every locker room, everyone are friends, and they're just all friends. When one teammate decides to go bowling, they all do. But it's like, that's not the case at all. You've got your, Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson and freaking Jake DeBrusk, those three, and then you've got, Tyler Myers. He's hanging out with JT Miller, and you probably got Connor Garland there. And that's kind of what Luke Gazdic was saying. You got a little bit of that. He just feels like that locker room is completely divided, and no one's really as close as maybe they once were because of maybe JT Miller. So it's an interesting discussion, but I'm more so just curious. I just want to discuss this and give you my opinion on what I would do. I feel like JT Miller, he's the outlier. He has to go because he is kind of a locker room cancer. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. I feel like that's got to be the outcome, and it sucks because he's a tremendous player. I love the story of this guy. You look at his hockey DB, and he went from being a pretty a third liner, a decent third liner, to being like a second liner, to being like a star in today's hockey league. So it's cool. I love his story, but at the same time, he's kind of just turned a little. I don't know. Is it because he's got so skilled, he's confident, and he can just feel like he can do whatever he wants? Maybe. But I kind of just wanted to get this out there. Just a quick little video on my grasp of the situation. If you're a Canucks fan, please drop a comment down below. Who would you like to see the Canucks keep, Elias Pettersson or JT Miller? Would you like them both gone? Because I know the trade list, the trade deadline is upon us. It's 2 months away from now, I believe. And 1 and 2 on the trade list, they literally have Elias Pettersson and JT Miller, which is just astonishing to me because those are, especially Elias Pettersson, like he just signed that contract relatively, like that was it last year that he got that one done? I'm pretty sure it is. So what do you guys think? It seems like more teams are keen on getting JT Miller. Just I've seen some trade offers out there already, and there is some speculation that teams are looking to acquire JT Miller as opposed to Elias Pettersson. So it looks like that's the approach that is going to happen. That might happen, but drop a comment down below. As always, guys, both above average players. I just want to say that this is above average, and they're well above average players. They're studs. But what would you like to see happen? Drop a comment down below. Leave a like. It's the best way to show your support. We're on the road to 6K subs, guys. If you could help me reach that would be dope. And if you want some more Canucks videos, let me know. I can definitely do that for you guys. So take her easy. I will see you in the next one. Peace. My card was full. Damn it!